Bean in the Garden. Bean Meets the Sasquash by Anne Bevans and Matthew Ethan Gray. One morning, as Mom and Dad lingered over their tea, Bean came running into the room. "Dad, Dad," he cried, "are you ready for our camping trip?" Dad smiled. "Yes, I am. Do you have everything you need?" "I packed my tent and my sleeping bag," Bean said. "I'm ready to go." So Dad put on his backpack and his bandana, and he and Bean set off on an adventure. Bean was a member of the Sprouts, and Dad was the leader. They were both very excited because the whole troop was going to spend the weekend in the Wildflower Forest, and afterward, everyone would earn a special camping badge. Most of the other Sprouts were already at the campsite. Bella came, and so did the Peas. Brussel was there too. Brussel made a sour face. "I don't want to be here," he grumbled. "Come on, Brussel," Dad said. "I'll help you pitch your tent." Later, the Sprouts gathered fuel for the campfire. Dad showed them how to make a spark with a stick and some string. By the time darkness fell, the Sprouts were warming themselves in the fire's orange glow. Even Brussel looked content. Bean looked up at the night sky. Embers danced on the breeze, illuminating the wildflowers high above. Bella adjusted her bandana. "I have an idea," she said. "Let's tell campfire stories." "I've got one," Brussel said. He had a gleam in his eye. Dad looked worried. "Not too scary, Brussel." Brussel nodded, but Bean was nervous. "Once upon a time," Brussel began, "there were campers in these very woods. One camper thought he heard a sound outside like a branch breaking. He peeked out of his tent and he saw a giant yellow shape lumbering through the forest. He shined his flashlight on it and the thing looked back at him with green eyes." Bean saw the Peas were trembling. He didn't feel so well himself. Bella stomped her foot. "Stop it," she said. "You're scaring the Peas." But before anyone could stop him, Brussel jumped to his feet and shouted, "It was the Sasquash!" Everyone gasped. One of the Peas sniffled. "That's enough," Dad said. "Time for bed." A short time later, the Sprouts crawled into their tents. The Peas split up and slept one each with Bean, Bella, and Brussel. The Pea in Bean's tent fell asleep right away, but Bean was too frightened. He tossed and turned in his sleeping bag, all the while wondering if the Sasquash was real and if it was close by. A little while later, Bean heard a sound outside like a twig breaking. He peeked out of the tent, shining his flashlight this way and that. The beam caught a big yellow shape lumbering through the forest. "It's the Sasquash!" he cried. At the sound of Bean's voice, Dad and the other campers emerged from their tents. They all shined their flashlights into the forest, lighting up a very big, very scared spaghetti squash. "Don't hurt me," the squash said, covering his eyes from the bright lights. "What are you doing here?" Bean asked. "Are you the Sasquash?" The squash looked at the ground. "My name is Murray, but everybody calls me Sasquash. It's because I'm so big. They're afraid of me. That's why I live out here in the forest by myself." "That's not very nice," Bella said. "Would you like to be our friend?" "I'd like that very much," Murray replied. Everyone went back to their tents except Murray, who couldn't fit. He covered himself with a gigantic leaf and laid on the ground near the place where the fire had been. They all slept soundly until morning. The next day, the Sprouts hiked and played together in the stream. After lunch, they sat around the campfire drying their clothes. Their newest member, Murray, wore the bandana of a brand new Sprout. "I'm very proud of all of you," Dad said. "You are very good campers." He handed out camping badges to the whole troop. Bean was very proud of his camping badge, but Dad wasn't finished. "I think you all earned another badge this weekend," he said. "It's the friendship badge. You were all very good friends to each other and to Murray." "2 badges in 1 weekend," Bella said. "It's got to be a record." Arm in arm, new and old friends made their way out of the forest and on to their next adventure. If you liked this video, click the button to subscribe to our channel.